Hi, everybody. This is Jerry Garrettson, Tabby et al., and we're going to continue our walk through the history of immigration law in the United States. And before I do that, let's go ahead and read this here. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. I think we left off with the Real ID Act of 2005. And so let's pick up from there and move on. I'm given a general survey of the major laws and changes since the beginning of the country, 1776, up until now. And just generally going over that. And then after we do that, I'll go ahead and start back and we'll kind of hit each one act by act, law by law, and you go from there. So here we are. Let's see here. Okay, so now we're 2006 and 2008. You got the Violence Against Women Reauthorization Act of 2005. You have the International Marriage Broker Regulation of 2005. National Defense Authorization Act for FY 2006. Detainee Treatment Act of 2005, Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act of 2006, Military Commissions Act of 2006, Secure Fence Act of 2006, Complete Act of 2006, the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2008, the National Defense Authorization Act for FY 2008, Refugee Crisis in Iraq Act of 2007, broadening the waiver of sovereign immunity against terrorism states. Let me see here. It's Title 10, Subtitle F, 1083. Family of U.S. military personnel stationed abroad, the Consolidated Natural Resources Act of 2008, the Heroes Earnings Assistance and Relief Tax Act of 2008, Tom Lantos and Henry Hyde, U.S. Global Leadership Against HIV, AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria Reauthorization Act of 2008, the Child Soldiers Accountability Act of 2008, extending the Conrad 30 program exception, Military Personnel Citizenship Processing Act, the William Wilberforce Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act of 2008. We're going a little bit more into the weeds this time around. I'm using a different source book here, Kurtzbon's. So we got more detail and more specific laws here. So let's move to the 111th, 112th Congress between 2009 and 2012. All right. So we have the Employee American Workers Act. We have the Afghan Allies Protection Act of 2009. Obviously, you're starting to see some influence from the Iraq and Afghanistan, Iraq wars, and that impacted our immigration laws. DHS Appropriations Act for FY 2010, Open FOIA Act of 2009, Human Rights Enforcement Act of 2009, Travel Promotion Act of 2009, Patent Protection and Affordable Care Act, ACA, otherwise known as Obamacare. Got a nice fly in here. I wish I can kill it, but it's okay. Let's go on here. emergency supplemental appropriations for border security, International Adoption Simplification Act, Help Haiti Act of 2010, Help Haitian Adoptees Immediately to Integrate Act of 2010, Accreditation of English Language Training Programs Act, Easing Service Members' Ability to Remove Conditional Residency, Extending Several USCIS Programs, Inter-Country Adoption Universal Accreditation Act of 2012, Violence Against Women Reauthorization Act of 2013, Extending Iraqi Special Immigrant Status Program, Iraqi and Afghan Extensions and Improvement of the Special Immigrant Visa Program, Accuracy for Adoptees Act, changing the definition of orphan in non-Hague Convention adoptions, visa limitation for certain representatives of the United States, Adoptive Family Relief Act, 2016 Consolidated Appropriations Act, okay, Visa Waiver Improvement and Terrorist Travel Prevention Act of 2015, okay, International Megan's Law to prevent child exploitation and other sexual crimes through advance notification of traveling sex offenders, Northern Border Security Review Act, okay, the 115th, 116th Congress. So this is between 2017 and 2021. So we're just about done here. Mariana Islands Economic Expansion Act, Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2018, Northern Mariana Island U.S. Workforce Act of 2018, FAA Reauthorization Act of 2018, Northern Mariana Island Long-Term Legal Residence Relief Act. It's a mouthful. National Defense Reauthorization Act for FY 2020, the Liberian Refugee Immigrant Fairness Act, and the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement Implementation Act. That was January 2020. And last here on the list is Citizenship for Children of Military Members and Civil Servants Act. And that's it. So those are all the laws that have been promulgated throughout our history, 1776 to today. And I'll go back and start taking each one by one and doing a deeper dive on that, so we get a good look, a good feel for immigration law in the United States. Thank you guys so much. You have a nice day, and we'll talk to you guys next time.